In May's night, 1888, Millard's daughter went missing in Catskill Mountains in Boyceville, New York. A search team looked for the girl the first night and did not find anything. The day after she disappeared, a fisherman 2 miles from the family's residence was in a deep ravine and spotted the girl standing in the middle of the brook. The fisherman took the girl to their parents, and when the father asked the girl where she slept all night, this is what she said, and I quote, "In the woods with a big bear, Papa." She was closely questioned, but she kept saying she spent the night with a bear in the woods. The question is if the thing that the girl had spent the night with was really a bear or something else, and why she was found in the middle of a creek. There is no further details on this case. Thelma and Robert Melton were married and lived in Jacksonville, Florida. The couple used to go to Deep Creek Campground in Swain County, North Carolina, and camp for several weeks in their Airstream trailer. There were always other old couples who spent their summertime in this national park. The couples had a social gathering which included card playing, cooking, and general social activities. The couple knew the campground very well since they used to come there regularly. In September 25th, 1981, the couple's day in the campground started as normal. At 10:45 a.m., another couple arrived in the park. At 11:15, Pauline Melton was helping the other couple to cut up apples for drying. At noon, she had lunch with her husband and then had a nap in their trailer. At 3:15 p.m., Pauline and 2 other of her old friends started their hike from their trailers into the Deep Creek Trail. The trail is smooth for the majority of the time and then leads to a gate which doesn't allow car travels. The 3 women were enjoying their hike, talking and taking in the beauty of the Great Smoky Mountain parks. As the group got close to a spring near Jenkins' place, Pauline stated to the group that she was thirsty but didn't want to leave the trail to get a drink. The other 2 women asked her if she wants to go back, but Pauline politely said no. The group reached to a point and decided to go back. It was at this point where Pauline started to hike faster from the 2 other women. The other woman told Pauline they don't want to be in a foot race with her jokingly. Pauline turned back, had a small laugh, but kept her speed. Pauline was 75 yards ahead of the group and approaching a slight rise in the trail, and that was the last location she was ever seen. The 2 women returned back to their trailers and notified Pauline's husband that they didn't see Pauline on their return. The husband stated she hadn't come back yet, and it was at this point the group started to search by themselves and looked for obvious places that Pauline might have gone. After not finding anything, the group went to the ranger station at 6:30 p.m. and reported Pauline as missing. The National Park Service put 15 men on the first day of the search. In the following 5 days, there were FBI agents on the scene, and there was also 4 different canine search teams combing the area. On October 2nd, 1 week after Pauline went missing, the head of the National Park Service stated if she was in the park, the dogs would have picked her scent. Pauline went missing almost in the view of the others, and no belongings of hers was ever found. Once Pauline's husband realized his wife couldn't be found, he had to be hospitalized for his heart condition. Pauline was never found. The Peterson residence was 10 miles south of Marion, Ohio, close to Delaware Wilderness and Lake. It was a rural area with few cars and houses. On August 20th, 1947, the 20-month-old Caroline was placed in the yard by her mother and was told she could play there. After a short period of time, Caroline's mother went back to the yard to check on her daughter, but she was nowhere to be found. A search was made by the family, but she couldn't be located, so they contacted the authorities, and soon after, a formal search was organized. Soon after Caroline went missing, there was two severe thunderstorms that dropped several inches of rain on the ground. Searchers were temporarily impeded in their effort by the rain, but they still covered the lake and few miles of thick bushes from the house. There was around 1,000 people helping with the search. After 48 hours of intense search, the sheriff terminated the search and stated he felt the girl was kidnapped. The sheriff believed the girl couldn't be in the area due to extensive searching and her inability to move a long distance because of her age. On August 23, 1947, 3 days after the girl was missing, a 75-year-old local farmer was walking in his farm when he heard a faint voice in the thick bushes of his farm. The farmer couldn't believe someone could be in the thick bushes of his farm, but he struggled his way through and found Caroline Peterson alive. The girl had blackberry stains on her hands, but when she was found, she was sitting on the ground with her hands through a wire fence and appeared she had been playing. The farmer picked the girl up and took her to the Peterson farm. Caroline was taken to the hospital and found she had thousands of scratches all over her body. But interestingly, she was in a really good condition. The doctor couldn't explain how the girl wasn't suffering from any dehydration despite being gone for almost 4 days.